I'm legally insane. And believe it or not, I'm going to jail. Not going to be the first time either. I went to prison 6 years. You guys think, well, some people think I'm joking about that. Buddy, prison ain't no joke. It ain't a laughing matter. You try selling up with chocolate thunder, and you tell me if you're laughing. You tell me if you think that's funny. Oh, cellmate, chocolate thunder. What do you think chocolate thunder likes to do each night? You tell me what chocolate thunder likes to do. Life in prison, chocolate thunder. He ain't getting out. 69 life sentences serving consecutively. That's what he got sentenced. I didn't get no 69 life sentences. So I'm going to show you why they trying to put me back in jail. I'm going to because I got a bunch of 360 games. That's what happened here. I'm going to show you some steal of a deals that I got, and you can really learn a thing or two about how to get your own steal of a deals. While I'm showing you this, I'm going to teach you a thing or two while I'm at it. This is a 2-in-1 for you. This is to show you that I'm serious. I don't play around when it comes to getting good deals. I don't want to pay $200 for a $200 game. Some people, they like paying $200 for a $200 game. I don't. And the average person, they don't want to pay $200. I don't want to pay $200. I want to pay $20 if I can. I want to buy it before it goes to $200. I'm going to show you some of the steal of a deals that I got and why I have multiple copies of multiple games that I bought every single one of them for cheap. I get a lot of haters out there, a lot of broke people out there. They're complaining, oh, I want that $200 game that I didn't want when it was $20, but now that's $200. I want it, and I see that you got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 copies, and now I'm pissed off because you got 6 of them, and you caused it to go to $200. Buddy, I didn't cause it to go to $200. I bought them all at $20 a piece. I bought them when they were cheap. In some cases, I bought them years ago. 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And you had an opportunity to buy it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. And you didn't. You seem to only have gained an interest in the game after it went up in value. And then all of a sudden you want it. So that's what we're talking about today. First up, we got Fatal Inertia. Fatal Inertia. And you guessed it, Fatal Inertia. This is the I'm Going to Jail series, and I want to show you something. I have 3 copies of Fatal Inertia, and this is one that I didn't buy years ago. I got it right before the run-up. I just got lucky. I should have bought it much sooner. I did not expect a run-up. It happened, well, all of the 360 run-ups happened out of nowhere. All of the 360 run-ups happened very much unexpectedly and seemingly overnight. So my first CIB copy here, this was the copy that I bought. This is in the eBay copy. I paid literally 20 Canadian dollars, significantly lower than US dollars. And for those that are not familiar, this is what happened to Fatal Inertia. This is a racing game similar, it's the poor man's Wipeout. It's a futuristic hovercraft type of racing game. You get power-ups, things like that. It's a Koei game. It's rare. It's not known to be particularly good. It's really not that bad, though. Some people say it's like the worst racing game ever made. It's really not that bad, okay? It's like average. Buddy, there's a lot worse than Fatal Inertia out there. It's really not a bad game. I would say it's an average racer. It's not memorable in any particular way. It's not extraordinary. It doesn't overly excel at anything in particular, but it does everything, half decently well. I do know that Metal Jesus actually praises this game. If you hold any weight to what Metal Jesus says, some people love him, some people hate him. So I paid $20 for this game right before the run-up on January 23rd, 2024. You could have paid $20 too. This was a rare enough game that when I was browsing eBay, I remember 2 copies around $20. One of them might have been 21, 22, and I was eyeing them both, and I spent about, 50 a solid 15 minutes looking at the pictures trying to figure out which one had better condition because they were very similarly priced. I think, they're either the exact same price or one was like $1 or $2 more. But there wasn't much available on eBay at that time. There was probably 3 copies in total to show you how rare it is. There's more than that now, but that's because the price went up. That's what happens. When the price goes up, more supply comes on the market. It's supply and demand. The people that paid $5 for this game at GameStop are more likely to sell it for $100 or more dollars. So more games go on the market. And the people paying $100, they are now unlikely to ever sell their copy for less than $100. And that's what contributes to the slowly increasing price of games. As more, the people that bought cheap, some of them start to exit, new buyers come in, they buy at those new high prices, they're not willing to sell. If I pay $20 for this game, I'm not going to sell it for less than 20. I'd rather keep it. I'll just keep it in my collection. I'm not going to sell it to you. Going on a bit of a rant here, but so I bought my first copy for 20. That son of a bitch seller reported me to the cops. So they are looking for me as we speak. They're trying to track my cell phone. I got it in a Faraday bag right now. I'll try to remember to put a picture up. So from after this copy, I ended up getting another copy. After I started seeing the price go up. Okay, so I bought that one in January, and then in March, things were starting to move. It was getting crazy. March was crazy town. Crazy town city. March and April was like Xbox 360 for whatever reason went completely nuts. So I went out, I bought another Fatal Inertia on Amazon. Right as the prices were going up, there were still deals to be found. The people, for whatever reason, sometimes people don't check Amazon. Some people, you don't check the ma and pa game stores, the pawn shops. There's places that you can go. I've made a video on how to find rare games for cheap before. But they are out there, and sometimes Amazon is one of the jackpots. I paid $17.80 Canadian dollars. I also had a brand new one for $150, but the seller canceled the order. After he said he shipped it, 2 weeks later, he realized, oh, this is selling for $400 to $500 plus on eBay. I'm just, now that I've waited 2 weeks to see what the market was doing, now I'm going to cancel that guy's order. So I never got the sealed one. That's exactly why I have 3 copies, because I got 2 of them for $20. $20 a piece. And if you're sitting there going to tell me that you wouldn't buy those games for $20 a piece, Canadian dollars, you're lying. You are a liar. You are a scumbag liar. You think I'm the scumbag buying 2 copies? Buddy, you would have bought 20 copies if it was you. So, and finally, so I did get one more copy as well, which I've shown in a previous video. It was the Lukiegames copy, which still has the Lukiegames sticker on it to prove to you that if you've ever bought from Lukiegames, they put stickers on them. That's a Lukiegames sticker. CIB. All of these are CIB. CIB. That seller took care of his game, as you can see. CIB. Condition-wise, the Amazon one was actually the worst condition. And that's the gamble that you take with Amazon, because they don't show you pictures. Most of the time, they don't show you pictures in advance. Here is the receipt from the Lukiegames purchase. This was my most expensive copy because I think this is actually US dollars that I paid, because $21.47 would have been the Lukiegames.com price, which is USD. So it makes sense that I actually paid $27.42 USD, which is, I mean, cheap in the grand scheme of things, but expensive in compared to what I paid for the other two copies. One viewer even offered me $100 US already for this exact Lukiegames copy. I turned it down for the moment. And the price might come down in the short term, so you might be able to pick one up for $100 US at some point, but it is a very rare game. I do believe it will only go up in value in the long term. These prices, they do not go straight up and they do not go straight down. We had that straight line up. You saw it on price charting. It's coming down already as is. That straight line is now coming down. It will eventually find a bottom. Where that bottom is, nobody knows. But at the people that bought in cheap, they're selling. New buyers are coming in, they ain't selling. If I came in and I paid $100 US, I ain't selling. You think I'm going to sell it? I just paid $100 for it. I ain't selling it. Maybe if it goes to 200, 300, I'll consider it. That's what happens. So you know, maybe the demand comes flooding back in at, say, $50. If the price came down to $50, all these buyers come flooding back in. Oh, it's $50 now. Great price. I'll buy two. I'll buy two or three, expecting that it's going to go back up, which it will. Then when it does go back up, you know, the supply dries up because it's nice and cheap again. All the buyers come flooding in. It's a never-ending cycle. That's how it works. Guys, I was planning to show you more Xbox 360 games for this episode, but I'm going to save those for future episodes. This is episode 1 of I'm Going to Jail. I'm not exaggerating. This series could end at any moment. So if you want to see more, leave a comment below, because I might be in jail by the time you even see the next episode. If you want me to get more out, leave a comment below. I'll give you a little teaser. I'll give you a teaser. I'll have more next episode. Episode 2 is going to cover Bullet Witch, how I got my 4 copies, what I paid for each of the 4 copies, and a few other steal the deals that the cops are just waiting to lock me up. This new series is still part of my Game Pickups episode series, which I now have a playlist linked below for the entire series. We are well beyond 50 episodes. We will do some sort of special when we hit episode number 69.
Rolling through the city with a pocket full of cash. Xbox 360, prices climbing fast. Got my eye on F113, gonna cop it real quick. But I gotta hustle hard, the prices are real. Your mom's the plug.